Let's start with a message or some sentences out of a message that I want to read to you. LMFAO, you are a nobody and look awful. It's always people that look like you. Have the best day, sort your scabby skin out, fatty, post that to all your 1,000 followers, LOL. This is not made up. I didn't imagine this in my head. It's not the start of a super weird story. No. This is the chat that I had on Saturday, August 2nd with the brand Kaima Cosmetics. And I am sitting here after work. That's why I look fairly awful. But as heard, I have to sort out my scubby skin anyway. And my lips are so dry. Let me breathe, because I was literally just rushing from this workspace to this one here because I initially filmed this video already 10 hours ago. And my plan was after work to edit this and then put it up at 8 p.m. or so. But as you see, it's up right now, so it's either the same time as my You Don't Need That Stuff or it's a little bit earlier than that. I don't know. But in the past 10 hours, on top of what has happened in the past 48 hours, so many things have changed, and I thought maybe I just film another part, like an edit, but no, I think the best thing is to completely reshoot this video. So what has happened that the brand Kaima Cosmetics, who's known, I'd say, for multi-chrome eyeshadows. A couple days ago, the brand owner posted a video being sad, crying. I want to exaggerate here, sobbing, because I don't 100% remember what was the full emotional state in that video. But what happened was basically that she gained a 1-star review on Trustpilot, a platform where people, if you don't know that, where people can just share their experience either with a customer service or with a shop or with a brand, whatever. You can write whatever you want there, and there is no proof system. So if the owner of that sad shop, brand, whatever, does not claim their profile on Trustpilot, that way around, you can basically write anything and nobody's questioning whether or not you ever purchased something there. When an owner is claiming the profile, they can basically question this review, and then Trustpilot will contact the reviewer and you have to send in proof. Why do I know this? Because this has happened to me when I left a bad review for a shop. They questioned my review. I sent the proofs of what has happened to Trustpilot and my review went back online. But that can only happen when the brand owner is claiming the profile, and I just checked and it's still unclaimed. So let me just check again to make 100% sure here, but it doesn't seem so. No, it's still unclaimed. And in that video, in that sad first video, the brand owner, Gemma, she basically was sad that she gained a 1-star review. And I want to point out that I understand that. From an emotional state, I completely understand that. Because you put your heart, your work, everything into it. And I don't want to hear anything about those Reddit people that just always, when there's something around an indie brand, this has now nothing to do with Kaima Cosmetics, just because something is private labeled, it's not bad. I just want to make that clear. You still put a thought process into this, you have work put into this, you have money that you just put into this to make the business running. I don't know if her products are hand pressed at home, or if she claims they're hand pressed at home, or if they are actually private labeled, because I never tried the products. I have been following the brand because I was looking for the products. I just follow brands as a content creator to just see what they're up to. And I understand, as said, from an emotional state, that a 1-star review, when you in general have good reviews, can be very devastating. It's the same as a content creator that puts a lot of work into a video and then it gets 2 views. It's not motivating, it hurts a bit, and you are just questioning, like, am I really that bad? So I do totally understand that. And talking from the perspective of somebody who is working in quality assurance. So my main job, I work in quality assurance management for a big technical corporate. And that quality assurance management is not for the products, it's for the customer service. So one of the things that I 8 hours a day look at is the so-called Net Promoter Score, the NPS. It is basically the question on a scale from 1 to 10, how likely are you to recommend brand, shop, product, agent, whatever, it doesn't matter. And when there is a bad Net Promoter Score for a certain part of that company, then there have to be measurements done. There have to be we do talks with the specific partners that do this customer service. We work on improvements. We work on strategic ways, on tactical doings, how to improve that Net Promoter Score, how to make an impact for the future, and how to learn from the criticized things that customers wrote. That is what you usually do in that case, if you have anything to do with quality assurance processes. Kaima Cosmetics actually decided to put up a video, be sad, cry, and use her parasocial relationships to the customers, which is not a Kaima Cosmetics only phenomenon. This is something that is all around the indie community, because the indie community lives off of this very close relationship between customer and brand. Because when you message Blend Bunny, you just know that you are not anybody. You probably get an answer from the brand owner itself. And that is the special feeling. You are not, I read that somewhere on Reddit, you are not an anonymous order number in the big system of order numbers, in a big corporate. You are a person that is ordering from an indie brand, from an individual owned, woman owned, person of color owned brand. You support somebody where you even know maybe a little bit of their private life, because they do share it. They live off of that relationship that they have with customers and followers the same way as content creators do. So Kaima Cosmetics decided at that point that they used that parasocial relationship to send their followers, who are not always customers, because not every follower has bought from the website, I'm pretty sure, because it would be amazing for any brand, but that's just not the case. At least one of her followers back then didn't purchase from the brand, like me. And she basically asked to push up her reviews, which I personally think is not the right way to deal with criticism. When you get a bad review, as long as it is a valid experience, and I think that one review was something about bad customer service, so no answering the mails, and a super long shipping time, and basically ghosting the customer. Something like that, don't quote me on that. And I think this is a valid criticism to make towards a brand, and that is something that when I were a brand, I would acknowledge, and I would ask myself, oh my god, A, is that true? So I would contact the reviewer, which is possible. And B, I would just look into my brand processes and be like, what did go wrong? Where do we do wrong? Because it is completely normal that when you 24/7 do this with a job, that you get blind. You get blind for left and right processes. You get blind for improvements. You need the output. No, you need the input from customers in their feedback to improve. And a bad review is always chance for improvement. But a couple days later, so on August 2nd, the brand owner, Kami Cosmetics, posted a video on their Instagram account where she was super happy that her followers pushed her Trustpilot review up to a 4.4. And let me pull out my screenshot here for you. I then commented, so basically you were begging for good reviews because someone shared their personal experience, and here's a word missing. You're not adulting enough to just accept the fact that someone just felt that way and now influenced these reviews and basically directed that in a false direction. Sorry for the bad English. Just so you feel better. Wow. Someone in the Instagram tags that I have received said that my comment was very provocative. And yes, of course. Of course it is provocative because I wanted that. I want to put my finger where it hurts. I want to criticize unethical business behavior because this is something that no trustworthy company is doing. Do you know what trustworthy companies are doing? They are bombarding you with emails after your purchase to rate your freaking experience. And do you know what? That is absolutely fine because this is how you get the reviews. You ask the person who have ordered there. And I cannot remember 100% the exact wording that was in that first video where she sent over those people to Trustpilot. It could have been the case that she said, if you have ordered from my brand, then please leave a review. But if you do not contact exactly these people and you just unload the content to apparently 840,000 people, that is at least the follower count on that Instagram account. But if that is really the number is questionable because of her engagement rates. But that is, I don't want to go too much into engagement rates analysis. But isn't that logical that when you share this with the white mass of people who are watching you, that not only people will review you that have ordered, everybody will do because they, in their parasocial relationship with you, want to support you. You guilt trip them into this. And that is what I criticized in a very provocative way. And then I got immediately a message 5 minutes later. Hi Ella, or hello Ella, thank you so much for the constructive criticism. Can I please ask how I've not accepted that? Your comment was really mean and I would love to understand your way of thinking. And then she changed the design to goth charms. At this point I thought, okay, wow, cool. That is a mature way to ask. And I was happy to answer. I was happy to just tell her my opinion. At the end, what she's doing with my opinion, that's not on my plate. The person, the brand, whoever is criticized, they have to decide for themselves, do I want to take the criticism and learn or do I want to not? I am not the person who can force that. I can share my opinion on a public social media and the receiver has to decide what to do. That is, by the way, how, in general, feedback processes are working. You give the feedback and the receiver can also decide to say, hey, I'm not taking that feedback. And again, that's how it's working. And I answer, Trustpilot is for customers to express their experiences. You begging for good reviews is just not right with that emoji. Especially since you basically encouraged to write a review when people didn't order. Then you're such a wonderful person, love you. And I was like, okay, weird, but okay. And then LOL, weird smiley. I bet your days following are going to be amazing. Think of me when everything starts to go so wrong for you, which smiley. So, is she trying to curse me? I don't know. I then answered, wow, you're a brand owner, honey. That was provocative too, I know. This is not Disney Channel. And then that sad conversation has happened. And after that, I blocked the brand. Up until this point, the first video that I filmed was the exact same content. But as said, things have happened. Number one, people... Okay, no. Let's start with something positive first. People have been contacting me, and I have to open my notes up on the phone because I did some counting by hand. By the timestamp of this morning, so it was 6 a.m. when I filmed this, I have gotten 1,163 tags, messages from normal Instagram users, so like regular viewers and consumers of content. I have gotten messages from small content creators up to content creators that are having over 1 million subscribers on YouTube. I was contacted by several brands, and they all said sorry. Sorry that you went through this. Sorry that you have to experience this type of conversation, especially from a brand. It's bad enough when you receive this from a private person, but sending this from a brand account, that is specifically dumb. And people were asking me if it is okay to share this, and I said yes. Do it. That's why I made it public. Because, and that is it. That is what I want to say. This is bullying. This is making comments on people's appearances, dragging others down so that you feel better. And there was an article that I found online, and that I was actually also sent from a couple people at this point, where the owner of the brand, Gemma, she gave an interview to that Chronicle or something UK. And she was telling the interviewer how she got bullied at school and how she didn't have a good time, how she left school with nothing, and how she just worked her way from being nothing to being viral and loved by the internet and just providing cool products. And the thing is, I was bullied too, so I know that feeling. I was bullied my whole fucking school life. I remember a scene from, I think I was 12 or 13. It was at the school ground. It was the like big recess that you have, and 3 girls, 3 or maximum 4 girls, I don't know exactly. They were pushing me around. They were very heavy, very hard pushing me around. And one of the girls, she clawed basically to the hood of the hoodie that I was wearing because of, I think it was fall or getting into winter. And she was the whole time holding with 2 hands at my hoodie, and the others pushed me around. So what happened? The like upper part of the hoodie, it just strangled me, it choked me. I was crying. I was telling them to stop. I hated school so much. I hated school so fucking much because of that. That is just one example. I went through physical bullying, psychological bullying, my self-esteem did not exist. I, for the biggest part of my life, felt like the ugliest shit brick on earth. I am now 34. I know now that these people who did that back then, they didn't hate me. They hated themselves. Because this is what bullies do. They basically take all their self-hate, everything that they are unconfident about, everything that they are with so much negative energy hating about themselves, put that towards the other person, and then they do everything so that person is lower than themselves. They want to feel better than these people. These people who bully others, they are broken inside. There is something that needs to be healed. And why am I telling you this? Because the story has a big twist here. I didn't understand why somebody who is stating in a public interview from 2022 is writing something like that. And I just want to say, so there is an apology that came. Screenshots coming in a second. I don't know how I feel about this, but let's just talk about something else first. Because what has happened now is that people started to share the posts, people started to share it in their Instagram story, and the shit went viral. It went so viral. I never ever would have thought that this is the outcome of my, quote, 1,000 followers. So many people shared this story to their audience, who then shared it to their audience, who then, you know how it works, the butterfly effect. And at a certain point, it stopped being about the brand Kaima Cosmetics. It started to be an army, a wall, a unbreakable bond of people all around the world stating something against bullying. So from these 4 sentences or words in a message, the whole thing developed into an anti-bullying thing. And I couldn't be more proud of that. This is how you do this. You call out the bullshit behavior, you tell them that this is bad, and you give them your proudest middle finger. The thing is that whenever something like this happens, there will always be defenders of a bully. I have to admit that the amount of defenders that came at me were super low, less than 5. Amazing, I know. Although I haven't seen the comments underneath that sad post that I will show you, and I don't want to see them, honestly, because my mental health is important. I was accused through a comment on Trustpilot that I was sending people to Trustpilot now, because what has happened is that people thought now it is okay to now go on Trustpilot and leave unasked reviews with 1 star for the brand Kaima Cosmetics. And I want to clearly say that I never said that. I don't think that this is okay, and I wish that you would stop. If you have published a review on Trustpilot with this, please delete this. This is the thing that initially happened here. So I am not any better, or people who did this, they truly didn't understand what I criticized there, and I don't want to use my kind of parasocial relationship with people on Instagram that follow me to push the brand into a bad rating. This is not what I want. This is, I mean, I never said this, but just to make it clear, if people thought that this is what I want, I didn't want to. I wanted to make a public announcement. I wanted to make this go into public to see, so that people can see what they are buying, who they are buying from. A brand that is all about spreading positivity, and then this? No, thank you. And so, if you have done a review like this, you don't have to comment that. Just delete it, please, because this is the wrong way. And what has happened now in my timeline a good hour ago is that Kaima Cosmetics actually reactivated their accounts. So they went actually invisible for a while, and they posted a statement on their account. So let me read that to you. I was sent the statement. So I took Kaima Cosmetics off my blocking list because I thought, okay, I want to read that myself. But actually, I cannot see the profile. As of now, it's 5 p.m. So I assume that maybe I am blocked by the profile. They posted, Kyla Cosmetics would like to wholeheartedly apologize for any offense caused by a post, which is truly not the right thing, it was a message, made by a staff member who was posting on behalf of the brand owner Gemma. Okay, I will ask my questions after this. The staff member has now been dismissed from the company. This has truly spoiled Gemma's family holiday, and as a result, she will be suspending social media content until we recruit a reliable staff member to take over. Gemma has received vile comments and criticism for a post that she was totally unaware of until late yesterday. As from the picture, this has caused fireworks within the company and has damaged our brand, which we have worked tirelessly to build over the last few years. We have prided ourselves on our customer service. Okay, is that a typo or I'm just not understanding the sentence? Doesn't matter. On our customer service, and it is entirely unacceptable for Gemma to receive vile posts and death threats caused by someone who is now no longer with the company. We do not and have not ever encouraged false Trustpilot reviews and would never condone false reviews. Don't get me wrong, but this is just not right. As a small independent company, we have always strived for good customer service, and it is with heavy heart we are ashamed that a supposedly trusted employee would abuse the trust we placed in them to act on Gemma's behalf. Gemma is totally upset and distraught over this. We totally apologize to Ella on behalf of the company, and we can totally reassure our customers that this behavior will not be tolerated by our brand. Once again, apologies for any offense that this has caused. Going forward, we will strive once more for outstanding customer service. Regards, Gemma's dad. First of all, apostrophes, not commas, but that's a whole different thing. I'm just a bit confused by the post because why can't she herself do this now? Why is she sending her dad? I mean, I understand why, but I also don't. So let's talk about that statement, because that is actually the reason why I refilmed the video. I want to tackle the first and the most important thing in this. If that is true, that the brand owner has gotten death threats from anybody that is supporting me, that is supporting this movement against bullying, get the fuck out. This is a line that we do not cross here. We do not fight hate with hate. We do not burn out fires with fires. We do not make acts against violence by being more violent. We do fight against bullies and against comments that are hurtful and against harmful behavior. We fight against that with kindness, with awareness making, with calling out. Absolutely. And we also fight against that with feedback. We make people aware of their false actions. We take positions in that. But we are not wishing other people deaths. That's not okay, and that is not what I wanted. The whole post to me is I don't believe 80% of the stuff that is written there. One thing is that staff member thing. I don't know their internal structures, so please don't misunderstand me. But I have, in the whole time that I've been following the brand, never heard something about them having a social media manager, having someone who's running the socials, and also why? And that is here the thing that does not add up for me. So she is on holiday. I know that because she posted pictures from Disneyland, I think. And basically what the timeline here is saying that is she is on holiday, but she made a video on Saturday, August 2nd, saying how grateful she is that her views pushed her to 4.4 stars. Sent that over to the social media managers so that they posted on her behalf and they answered immediately. I'm sorry, but this does not add up. Because it's not that this was just an Instagram story, for example. Honestly, I would have bought this. If it just was a written Instagram story like, hey folks, Kaima Cosmetics hit the 4.4 again on Trustpilot. Yay, thank you so much. That can write anybody that has the account details fine to me. But it was a recorded video of the person herself, of the brand owner. And by the way, that video where I initially commented was taken down. So, weird thing to do so. Second thing, a lot of people have been asking me, I have now already, again, 1,500 DMs. A lot of people have been asking me if I buy that apology. Let me read that thing to you again. It says, we totally apologize to Ella on behalf of the company. This is not an apology. This is an acknowledging that I exist. I'm not tagged. I am not fully named. They constantly talk about a post that has been made. So whoever was posting this truly has no idea what really happened. And it does smell a bit fishy. And that shocks me even more. I know that some people, or at least one, because they asked me if I would have been okay with them doing this, that they commented under that post that they can happily reach out to me because I cannot see that post because I am blocked, I guess, by the brand. I cannot open the brand profile, so I just assume that they blocked me, and you can block a person and every other account that is linked to that. And I do have a second Instagram account for my university stuff that is linked to my ellakinkley account. So I assume that they did that. So I cannot find it with my own account. I cannot find it with my study account. That's just my assumption here. At the end, when we just summarize what is this post saying here, is the fact that there is a mysterious staff member that did something that at the end hurt Gemma. There is no word of a real apology for, let me quote that again, the sentences that I had to read. You are a nobody and look awful. It's always people that look like you. Sort your scabby skin out, fatty. There is no acknowledgement of the body shaming that has happened. There is no acknowledgement of the entitlement that has happened. And honestly, if this counts as an apology, that's a really weak one. And I'm not buying this. So dear Kaima Cosmetics, I don't know if you see this video. My email address is in the info box. You are welcome to contact me and we can have a talk. Gemma is in the UK, I am in Germany, so we do not have a time zone thing, and I am open to talk to her and to receive a proper meant apology. But you can also write an email. That is absolutely fine. I am the last person who is not believing in second chances. Maybe I'm even believing in too many second chances. Sometimes I believe in third, fourth, fifth chances. I mean, that is just who I am. I am direct. I do curse here a lot. I have a dirty mouth and I do have a very, very provocative opinion sometimes. But I also believe in growth. I do believe that people can change. I do believe that we all here on this planet, there is a song from a German artist. Her name is Nina Chuba. So Germans might know her. She's a big thing right now here in Germany, but she does German music, so maybe not everybody knows her. But there is a song from her, and I don't know the song name, but some of the lyrics, they do translate to, I'm so insecure. Wait, let me think of it. I'm so insecure because I'm for the very first time alive. Whew, oh, that gave me shivers. Because this is what I truly believe in. We are all alive for the very first time. We are allowed to make mistakes, And so is Gemma from Kaima Cosmetics. She is allowed to make mistakes. And I am the last person on earth who will deny an apology. I am the last person on earth who will not give a person who is making mistakes, that is not giving them a second chance to show growth, to show that they learn something from that situation. I truly believe in that. And I do believe that this is the only way how people can do better. Why should someone be motivated to do better if they fucked up immediately? Nobody should be put away in a dark, drawer just because they made a mistake. And to me, this is that type of mistake that needs a proper apology. Acknowledgement in a post, in a short sentence, somewhere in the middle of the post, that actually, with the picture, I saw that they apparently also have a firework picture because the messages came in as a firework. This post is all about Kaima Cosmetics and how to kind of cover what has happened. A lot of people messaged me already. A lot of people, they told me here things. They told me their opinion. Oh boy, it's getting more and more. I have so many unread messages again. Let's end the video here on the positive note. These are some screenshots because I asked for some positive sentences from you all and from the amount of people that actually now joined this channel. I want to end this with... Let me summarize this a bit. If the thing with the death threats are true, I am very disappointed because I don't think that this is right. This is just too far. I said that a couple times. I never ever encouraged anybody to go to Trustpilot and leave 1-star reviews. I think that is wrong. So please do me a favor and please delete that, because Trustpilot is for customer experiences. The whole thing that has happened here, this is something for social media. Just do me that favor, please. And I truly hope that she will grow from this. And as of today, August 4th, 5:30 p.m., I don't believe that this was a staff member. Because the timelines, everything does not add up. The whole explanation of that staff member that posted that recorded video from her on behalf of her. When you, as a business profile, by the way, you can schedule posts. That is the second thing. Oh, I totally forgot to mention this. I do this all the time. What do you think? How do I manage to post, 5 reels a day? I upload them and I plan them. So it does not add up for me. If the brand truly wants to apologize, as said, I unblock them. But I much rather would have them contact me via mail, because I don't want to have this on Instagram where you can delete the message that you sent. My email is in the info box down below. It's ellakinkley@outlook.com. You are very, very welcome to contact me and let's sort things out. Again, I'm the last person who is not believing in second chances and who will deny an apology. So, yeah, I think my regular intro doesn't work here. It even feels weird that today also a new You Don't Need That Stuff is online. So, you know what? See you.